Once again, welcome to the Alabama Supreme Court controversy regarding Clerk Robert G. Esdale and the Chief Justice Roy Moore of the Supreme Court of Alabama. This is video part 2. In video 1, we explain the presence of this guy back here. Let's further just say that he represents the fact, folks, that it's a jungle out there, and so for moral support, that's why he's here. It's better than looking at a plain bare white wall here in the office. If you have seen the part 1 video, then what myself, Donna Kirkland, and our other witnesses want to really know, along with all other concerned citizens of Alabama, who is in charge of the Alabama Supreme Court? Apparently, Roy Moore and or certainly employees of the Supreme Court do not believe in or obey their oath to the mandatory law of the U.S. Constitution, constitutional rights, the Ten Commandments, the Bible, Jesus, or God. It appears certain that the Alabama Supreme Court has permanently suspended the law of the Constitution and God himself. 3 questions remain and will be answered satisfactorily before the people of Alabama before all this is resolved. Question number 1. Does Justice Roy Moore run his house, or does the house run Roy Moore? Does the clerk Robert G. Esdale order Roy Moore around and tell Roy what to do, what to say? Question number 2, did Roy Moore lie to God and fool the people of Alabama with all the talk about constitutional rights and the Ten Commandments? And question number 3, has bank CEO Brenda Barnes of Grant, Alabama, with the People's State Bank of Commerce paid money to Roy Moore, bought or bribed Roy Moore under the table, holding some threatening stranglehold around Roy Moore's own neck to ignore or remain silent in the Donna Kirkland case that was properly entered and filed into the Supreme Court of Alabama? It is an established court record with a long paper trail of proof evidence of injustice, proof of actual physical injury that has already occurred to Donna Kirkland, who was falsely arrested, falsely imprisoned 4 times. She was stripped naked by Marshall County Sheriff deputies to physical and mental harm, with the added possible attempt and risk of murder may still prevail against Donna Kirkland, to me, or any one of the other witnesses. The FBI has repeatedly denied investigation of bank fraud, securities fraud committed by the criminal activities of the bank CEO, Brenda Barnes of Grant, Alabama, and this has occurred in the Gadsden, Huntsville, and Birmingham FBI offices. They're failing to protect Donna Kirkland from further harm, allowing these named defendants to continue their special brand of harassment against Donna Kirkland when the FBI website itself claims the FBI handles these very exact same circumstances of judicial corruption, police corruption, and to such organized crime racketeering under the RICO Act occurring here, but has failed to do so, standing like deer in headlights. The FBI is protecting, shielding, or ignoring this government court corruption, leaving we the people to fend for ourselves, where truth and justice is then made difficult to near impossible. I am requesting either a state grand jury or federal grand jury to publicly come forward and meet with me above board in plain, full public view in the public eye to hear and see presented evidence and witness testimony. If no grand jury will come forward, then I request the people of Alabama to come forward with a plan and form a new special investigative grand jury to look into these matters, as it is evident and very clear that the so-called system of law, courts, judges, and the FBI are corrupted and have certainly failed in the Donna Kirkland case. Everybody knows this fact. The FBI are all in the pocket of DOJ attorneys and federal judges who shut down any investigation of any other judge for any reason. Now, to the people sitting on state or federal grand juries out there, you are being controlled unlawfully too. Here's how. Mandatory by law, written in solid stone to the controlling supreme law of the land in the U.S. Constitution, grand jury intent and purpose is to be an independent body of we the people to investigate and bring any and all necessary charges against any court judge or any others who are found witnessed in violation of the law, as we have here in the Donna Kirkland case. But all the grand juries are placed in a closed, concealed, controlled jury room in violation of the law by an attorney acting as a prosecutor, and the oversight control of a judge, single-handed judge, who manipulates this grand jury what to think, what to say, what verdict to give. So where is the separated, independent, we the people grand jury who will fairly, justly, honestly, constitutionally apply the law as the Founding Fathers intended? Accordingly, Donna Kirkland was brought to court on fabricated, false, made-up felony charges in front of a single-handed Marshall County judge, the single-handed judge Tim Jolly, where there was never a jury in place. Folks, judges are the problems. Judges protect, shield other judges no matter what the cost to their victims. I am requesting that the people, the citizens of Alabama, simply help by responding by calling in or contacting this website or at DonnaKirklandLawsuit.com. But don't stop there. Continue contacting your state and federal representatives to Alabama Governor Bentley, pastors and your church congregations. Contact and notify the TV and radio stations in your local areas to bring these crimes to an immediate stop with full, open, above-board investigation and prosecution. You may also contact Donna Kirkland by writing to her at Post Office Box 273, Grant, Alabama 35747. So, to be very clear about this, how could such a conspiracy of such magnitude, with so many people and with such prominent parties at criminal fault, be taking place here? How is all this possible? For those of you who were asleep at the wheel, the judges of Alabama are protecting the judges' mortgage-backed securities retirement pension bank accounts here in Alabama. Yes, you heard that right. The judges themselves are accountable, responsible, liable, in direct conflict of interest to an obstruction of justice in the concealment, omission, and suppression of this evidence, directly to blame, guilty as sin personified. The judges of Alabama own and operate mortgage-backed securities retirement pension bank accounts for the benefit of the judges themselves. Or, in other words, judges are protecting, shielding, concealing the fact that the judges themselves are in fact profiting off of all of these bank mortgage fraud scams occurring to people's property and homes. So that when someone is wrongfully foreclosed upon fighting in the court, like Donna Kirkland has been, whose side do you think the judge is automatically on? You or the bank? And the judge is in a direct conflict of interest, entering into securities fraud and treason against the people of Alabama and occurring all over America. The bank is your master over all of you, where the People's State Bank of Commerce against Donna Kirkland has $800 million plus to buy off anyone and has paid and bought off every authority to simply turn their head and look the other way, and or already owns the judges in their pocket already with these mortgage-backed accounts paid to the judges to just simply turn and look the other way in Donna Kirkland's case. FBI, where are you at? Wake up. FBI, do you not now realize your bank too, where you bank at, has you under the same exact manipulation and control of you too, and your mom and dad's home, your brothers and sisters' homes, your other relatives' homes? But you are all too programmed past your own intelligence to even perceive this. Isn't it about time to arrest Bank CEO Brenda Barnes of the People's State Bank of Commerce in Grant, Alabama? Or will you allow her to continue deceptive banking fraud to others, including perhaps your own neighbors, friends, and family? I take full responsibility for the words I have just said at this website, TV station, and such other media. Wherever you see this, have no direct fault or involvement in this, but is just covering the news as I have just spoken about and conveyed it to them. This is just the tip of this iceberg, folks. To learn more about bank foreclosure, trickery, deception, and the Donna Kirkland case, go to www.DonnaKirklandLawsuit.com or watch a number of our other videos on the net. Now stay tuned for what happens next. Thank you for listening.